Hello Gemini, welcome to your January 2020 reading with a peek ahead at the coming year. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Special welcome to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. This is a reading for January, but of course if you're interested in checking out the entire year, I have my 2020 yearly forecasts up on Vimeo. The link for that is below in the descriptions box. If you're listening on Spotify and Apple, you can find my channel on YouTube, Gypsy Insights by Michelle. There you'll find the link to the 2020 yearly forecast. Okay, let's get started here, Gemini. For you, I'm getting a dual energy, and of course, Gemini, what could we expect, right? Not uncommon for you guys to be feeling two ways at once. And that's the way that I'm getting around you here. Even the picture itself, if you look at this is two roads or two sides of a street with a road down the middle. Here we have two cats looking in opposite directions with kind of you in the middle here as your soul energy, your intuition. So very much being torn between different directions, Gemini. Maintaining things as they are, the status quo, a cycle in which you keep everything the same. So there's an energy around you of perhaps trying to maintain what you have, or even perhaps reconciling. There's an energy around this of work, relationships, or location remaining the same. But I also get this other side of you, which is a time of radical discontinuity. Upheaval, taking risks, potentially sooner than you think. Now this may be of your choosing, like leaving a relationship or a job, or it might be not of your own making, such as perhaps something is closing. Either way, it's time for you to get clear in your thinking, Gemini. Consider the steps you need to take to redirect your destiny. Even if the changing situation seems outside of your control, never lose sight of the fact that you own the power of your own thoughts. So very much an energy here of a repeating cycle. I get a repeating cycle, trying to maintain the status quo and something that keeps happening for you. It doesn't change, but yet there becomes a time during the coming year, it may not be in January, where you're being instinctively guided. When we think of the cat is always an animal that reacts quite quickly to sudden things, that always lands on its feet. So there's an energy of you landing on your feet, perhaps after having something unexpected occur, or perhaps this is even of your own making. So let's see where this goes, Gemini. I'm going to do some shuffling. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups. So your emotions are involved with this, Gemini. Emotionally, you could be dealing with a water sign, of course. I get water and air. Let's see where this goes. I get curiosity around you for the coming year. Although you're very much torn whether to keep things the same or to go in a completely different direction. You're really just looking at where you're going to end up at the end of the year. You're looking for happiness. You're looking for fulfillment. That's clear. But you're also a little bit wary of making changes in your life. So let's see where this goes. I'll lay down some cards for January, Gemini. And if this is resonating, please be sure to check out my 2020 yearly forecast. Again, the link for that is in the box below. All right, let's take a look here for the month of January for my Geminis. So you're definitely got two paths ahead, but you're not sure yet which one is the better path for you. What's going to lead to your emotional fulfillment? You have the Six of Wands, the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, and that Two of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Fool in reverse, Ten of Swords, and the Death card. So there's that radical change at the end. So it seems like January is going to be a month which starts off as things being quite unchanged. I feel with this Six of Wands, the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. This is all about you procrastinating, perhaps even being in denial of a change that you need to make in your life. There's success around you, and yet you seem to be ignoring it, reticent to take an opportunity. I feel this Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity for you. I get it as a job. I feel that it's an opportunity for growth in your life, to have success. I get this as validation, but not in a negative way. I feel that this is about receiving rewards, recognition for your creativity, for your hard work, Gemini. So it seems like you have an opportunity to gain or take things to a higher level. I get it in your work or your career, but yet you're holding back, restricting yourself, but you're being intuitively guided with the Cat. Your intuition is very strong at the beginning of the year, Gemini, and you've got these two paths, but yet you're being intuitively guided to rip off this blindfold and see things, see the opportunity around you to take things to next level success. So you've already achieved success in your life, Gemini, but you're being urged to be courageous, to be strong, to be brave, and to expect even more if you take this new opportunity. And it is new with this Page of Cups, but it's very creative energy that I'm feeling around you, the Seven of Cups. It's an opportunity for you to express yourself creatively, even more than you have in the past. Again, this is very much you, Gemini, doing what you love, following your heart's desire. Being very optimistic as well. I get a very light-hearted energy around these cards. Exploration, a sense of newness. There's a youthful vibe around this as well. And when I look at the Six of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse, it does involve leaving behind the status quo. It could be a family situation. Some of you may be leaving home in order to take a different path, a new direction. Now, of course, it's very difficult letting go, releasing a strong past history around a family situation, but I feel that there's a sense of readiness here, of standing on your own, doing things your way, rather than attaching to history, how you've done things in the past. It seems to me that a situation in the past was fulfilling for a long time, but it has become less so. I think that you have reconciled, you've tried to make it work. I have a feeling that you've tried to leave before and it hasn't worked. You've come back, you've reconciled with this person, you're still trying to make it work here in January, I feel. But you're closing yourself off to new opportunities while working on this past situation. I can't help but feel for you, Gemini, in 2020, it's all about moving past history and taking advantage of a new opportunity, one that is going to lead to more emotional fulfillment for you. It's not that you haven't had that in the past, it's just that it's kind of worn out. This may be something that's been very long standing. Perhaps you've been married for a long time and you're just not feeling the connection anymore. Perhaps this is family and you're actually physically moving out of a family home. After realizing that this is just kind of holding you back, it could even be a location, a family location, a strong connection to a location, somewhere where you were born, somewhere where you grew up, Gemini, leaving that behind in order to take things to a different level. But it's difficult because there's a level of comfort here. I feel that you've been in the past not wanting to let that go because you wanted to maintain things as they were rather than risk upheaval. But I feel that there is going to be upheaval here in the year 2020 for you, Gemini. But the thing is, you shouldn't be fearful of it. You shouldn't be fearful of change. When I look at the Page of Pentacles and the Fool in reverse, this is you holding back, fearful of taking that leap of faith, taking those first steps forward, turning down opportunities. Now, the thing that I like about the end of January is you have the Ten of Swords and the Death card together. I really like that because for you it's about finally coming to a realization of what needs to change, what needs to be put to rest in your life so you can move forward. This is very fast-moving energy that I'm feeling around you in the month of January. I feel you come to some kind of crunch time, a realization of what needs to go, what's been holding you back. It's like this Fool energy. You know there's a new beginning, a chance for a new beginning around you, an opportunity, a risk, yes, but something that you feel is worthwhile taking. It's on its way, or it's already here in the month of January. I feel it's already here. For the majority of you Geminis, it's already lurking around in the background, although you're trying to ignore it, that it's even there. But it gets to a point where you can't ignore this Fool energy. And I'm getting a feeling around you of the fear. It's almost like you use fear as a springboard. Using fear as a springboard. It seems to work for you because it's like you perhaps have kept yourself in two minds, thinking about things, overthinking it to the point of just being stagnant, not taking any kind of action, and then yet you keep thinking about it. So you haven't completely taken this new opportunity off the table. You just continue thinking, what should I do, what should I do, what should I do? And then suddenly I get very much a strong energy around you, Gemini, of saying, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to stop worrying about how things are going to turn out and just trust. Trust that things are going to work out in my favor. And that seems to be the energy at the end of the month of January for you, Gemini, is you just go ahead and do it anyway. Because there's a risk of loss here, or a risk that this opportunity is going to pass you by if you let it wait too long. The only thing that I see is difficult for you here really is the leaving behind this strong family history. I'm picking it up more as a location, I have to be honest with you. It's like your family are kind of hesitant to let you go. I almost get this vision of them waving goodbye to you, but being very sad, and of course it is sad. It is sad. So I feel that sadness has kept you procrastinating, kept you in this status quo, in two minds. Should I take this opportunity? Should I not take it? Should I go for what I truly feel I want? Or do I just stay where I am, keeping things as they are? Your intuition is very strong. It's wanting you to take a risk. It's wanting you to go down the road of exploring your options, opening things up. New. I get new energy around you. New emotions, exploring new emotions, exploring your creativity, getting out of what has been comfortable for you, and thereby exploring the potential to have even more success than what you already have. And I feel, Gemini, you already have achieved things in your life But this is really an opportunity to take it to next level. This might be world stage. This could be you achieving a higher status with your career by using your creativity, by not holding yourself back, by getting away from what is comfortable, what has remained unchanged in your life, making those changes, being a success with I feel it's very career oriented, this reading. There's a little bit of love focus in it, but I feel the majority here is that where there is love, you've been trying to make it work. I feel that you've reconciled, you've tried to make this situation work. You keep trying to make it work, it doesn't, or it just doesn't seem to change. Things don't change. And so you take this risk on something else. And I feel that the risk here is very much an upheaval. It's a complete change. It's not a small change. When we have the death card here, it tells me that this is not just a little change you're making. It's like you're making a life change. You could be changing both your relationship and your career. Some of you, it's just one of those things. But I feel also you may be changing location, Gemini. You could be moving to somewhere which you know is going to take things to that next level success. You've been reticent to take that step in the past, but I get you wanting to go ahead and do that. 2020 for you, it's all about transition. It's all about you finding your way, this next part of your journey that's going to lead to greater success for you. It's not about the status quo. You're tempted to stay there in January, but I don't feel that you will, Gemini. Of course, it's always up to you. Free will. You have the freedom of choice. You could decide. Some of you Geminis may decide, you know what, I'm just going to stay where I am. And that's fair enough. That's up to you. For the majority of you Geminis, though, I get you instituting great change in your life. So we'll see where this goes in part 2, or rather in the yearly 2020 forecast. So please do join me there. I'm doing the full 12 months of the year. It'll be about another hour reading, so you can check that. The link is below in the descriptions box. So if this is resonating, please do join me there. And if you're listening on the podcast on Apple and Spotify, you can find my readings on YouTube. Gypsy Insights by Michelle is my channel, and there you'll find the link to the 2020 yearly forecast. So Gemini, 2020 for you, it looks exciting. It really is all about you making a choice. But I think that once you've ripped this blindfold off here, you no longer are blinded to the opportunity around you. That's when you instigate this change. So wow. We'll see you in part 2, Gemini. Please do take care, and Happy New Year. Bye for now.